Hi guys, today I am going to teach you how to look like you have flawless skin. We all have imperfections in our skin, and it's totally normal to have blemishes or wrinkles or discoloration even under the eyes. I have some freckles here, so this look will help you to achieve just having that like airbrush looking skin. One of the most important things before you apply your makeup is your routine. It's very, very important to make sure you cleanse your face. Some people think by just taking makeup off with a makeup wipe is cleaning your skin, but it's really not, especially if you have more troubled skin like I do. I break out very easily, so I have to have a system down. First I start with my cleanser, then my toner, and then I have a day and night cream. And I'm going to show you some of the steps that I do just to get that look. Before I start prepping my skin, I like to get my hair completely out of my face. So I just put everything back. You can put it in a ponytail, whatever works for you. I actually started making these custom hair makeup clips, and every time I see them, they're always plain. So I decided to make my own, and I sell them on my Instagram page, Beauty by Marilyn. You can search me and find all the different looks that I do. And they're just great for me because when I have these small little baby hairs that keep popping up, they help tame them. So they're great for applying makeup, facials. They're good for, you know, moisturizing your night routine, whatever you like to do. And I actually just had somebody tell me that they used them at the beach, so just to keep away the little flyaways. So that was really cool to hear too. So it's great because if your hair is done and you don't want any creases with clips, these are no crease clips. So yeah, just check out my beauty page and you can see these. So it's very important before you moisturize to be sure that you wash your face thoroughly with your cleanser, and just be sure that your hands are clean before you do that. You just don't want any germs going inside the pores. So here is my moisturizer that I use. It's PCA products. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it is a professional line and it has SPF in it. So what I do is I just do one big squirt like this, and it looks like a lot, but it's actually, just drop some, really good. So it's actually good to have quite a bit on your skin, especially this time of year. That being summer, it's just a lot better because your skin is super dry right now, and it just puts that moisture back into your skin. So you just want to make sure you're going in a circular motion, so you're really getting inside all those creases, and apply all the way through to the top of your head, around the sides, underneath the eyes, because sometimes people get pretty dry under here, and this just helps the foundation to kind of just stick a little bit better, I find. And then I do go over my eyebrows too. I'm not sure if everybody does that, but. And then I just run my leftover lotion all down my neck. And you'll see after, if you have a pretty good moisturizer, that you'll feel a little glowy, and you're going to feel a little dewy, but that's the whole point. Especially if you're using a mineral makeup or powder, like pressed powder, you would look pretty dry if you don't moisturize. So it just gives you that youth back. You need it. So my next step is oil. Not everybody loves oil. I do before a foundation because I just think it gives you that nice glow, and it just puts youth back into your skin, and you can just see the moisture. So I think that's the point of looking flawless, is to really look young and for your skin to look very vibrant, and I find that oil helps me with that. So what I do is I'm using Tarte, and it comes with a sponge, which is really good. And what you do is you kind of just, because this little tube, press the button, and I do 5 drops. Sorry, I just did an extra one on my nose because it didn't really come out. And then I just blend everything in. Now, some people would say, why would you put oil on your skin and clog your pores? Well, I think when you're putting makeup on anyway, you're clogging your pores. It's really just, again, that routine to get everything off. And when your skin is super dry, it's begging for moisture. It's screaming for moisture. So it's just important to always put that back into your skin. and that really does help lines and wrinkles. So me, I think personally, I love oil. It's just making sure that you have a good one. And Tarte products are pretty good. I usually use the Farsali 24 karat gold, but I ran out of that one. So this does the job. Now that we're looking a little closer at my skin, you can see that I have a little darkness underneath my eyes. I do have some freckles through here, and I also have some blemishes. So my skin isn't all one tone. I do have some wrinkles. I mean, this is just normally what people deal with every day. So again, this look is just going to give you that very finished look. It is a full coverage look, so I am using quite a bit of product. So this is something that you probably wouldn't do every day, but if you're going to an event or out to dinner, just want to look nice, this is a way to look flawless. So what I do is I start with covering up my blemishes. So what I start with is a Morphe Concealer. This is pretty light, so this is about 3 or 4, probably about 3 shades lighter than my skin tone. So what I do is I just go over my dark spots. And I'm breaking out quite a bit because I'm wearing a little bit more makeup than what I'm used to. But let's see if we have any up here. So next I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend all that in. Now if you're even and have all one tone, that's awesome. I wish I had your skin. But I do this because the darker spots, like the blemishes, or if you have scarring, I start with this. Now I am going to do an under eye concealer because everybody pretty much has darker circles under their eyes. So I will show you what I do with that right after this. Next, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and I'm going to apply my foundation. Now, sometimes I do go in with a foundation brush to apply, but I do find that I just like my coverage a little bit better with a beauty blender, and you just have to be sure it's damp. When it's damp, it really sets the foundation into all the creases and everything in your skin. So I believe that it does apply better damp, or some people like to spray a setting spray on here. So the foundation that I'm using is Tarte Double Day Duty Beauty. It's face tape. This is great because it is full coverage. So I do about 4 pumps, just like that. And you want your foundation to really match your chest and neck area. If it's a little bit off, you can usually blend it with other products, but it is important to make sure you find something that's pretty close. So also as seasons change, your skin changes, the color, so it's good to have a few different shades of foundation. So again, you can see this is full coverage, so we're just going to apply this all around our skin. You just want to be sure that you go up to the hairline. You don't want your hairline, up here being a lot lighter than the rest of your skin. And as you can see, I'm dabbing. It's important to dab and not to rub, because if you rub, you're kind of rubbing the foundation right off your skin and it's just going back onto here. So when you're dabbing, it's really just setting everything nicely. So what I do is I come around here and I usually go on to my ears, just the bottom of my ears, just to blend everything, but I do have earrings on, so I'm not going to do that now. And I go over my lips. The reason for that is because our lips are usually a little darker, so it just is good canvas to put your lipstick on, your lip liner. So that's what I'm doing. And the nice thing about this is there is another side that's a little bit more pointy, so I just like to get in those little areas as well. And then lastly, what I do is I just run the foundation down my neck. So I am rubbing a little bit just to get the foundation down there, and then I go through and dab. So you're just gonna keep blending. And it does feel like a lot of makeup to be wearing every day. This is, again, to give you that really airbrushed look. So you're gonna need a full coverage foundation. So daily, I would normally use a tinted moisturizer, so I don't have a ton on my face. But this is, again, if you want that flawless look and you wanna look like you have no blemishes, nice, smooth, even skin. Now, as you can see, I am all like pretty much one tone. I am gonna lighten up underneath my eyes. That's our next step. So after you applied everything, as you can see, I have a glow too, which is great because you are gonna add a little bit of powder, so it's gonna give you more of a matte look. And then in the end, we will do a setting spray as well. But it is good to still have that moisture underneath for your makeup to look really flawless. So next, I am using my Tarte Shape Tape. I use this for under eye concealer. This is great. Now, I feel like I've used this before in my other videos, and I do use other concealer, but I really, really love this one. So I'm going in with medium, and what I do is I like to do a nice triangle under one eye. Same thing on the other side. Now this is about 3 shades lighter than my skin tone. And I like to come down my nose. The reason for that is it just gives you that really nice elongated nose, very straight, and I am covering up freckles. So I'm gonna just run a little bit through here. This looks really funny, but this is gonna give you the best look. And then I like to also go under here just very lightly, not too much. But the reason why I do this is because it helps define that cheekbone when we go in with our contour. So next I'm going back in with my Beauty Blender. I'm using the pointed side and I am just going to blend that all in. And again, we are dabbing, not rubbing, because if you rub, you're gonna rub this everywhere. And you really wanna just kind of keep this in this section underneath the eye. The nice thing about the corner of this is you can really get close to the eye so you don't miss anything. And here I like to go down my nose. You don't really want to rub this either if you have freckles like me, because you really just want to cover those. Now again, I don't always wear this much. This is really for that full coverage look and for that even skin tone. Now there's a few different ways you can go in and use your contour. I'm gonna use today, this is a Fenty Beauty, and this is like a cream stick, which is really good because you have really good control on your face. I also love powder too. So I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna go in first with this, and then I will show you after how I apply it with my contour brush and powder. So what I start with first is we really want that nose to look elongated and very straight. We're all naturally a little puffy through here, which is normal, but just to give you that like perfect nose, that's what this is for. So you're just gonna go underneath the eyebrow in a nice straight line down your nose. I'm gonna hit underneath, and then what I do is I go in the corners over here, and you want to do more of a an E, but I do break out through here, so I'm not going to do that today around the jawline, but you normally would. So I am going to just do here, I'm going to run it down, and I like to give that nice contour. So we're defining our cheekbones right now. So right now this looks like a lot, but it's not when you blend it in. So I look kind of like a lion or something right now, but I just want to make sure that I have enough. So what I'm going to do next is blend everything in with my flat concealer brush. This is great for the cheekbones, and what I do is I like to brush up and across. So up and across until everything's nicely blended. And as you can see so far, it's really defining that cheekbone. So I'm just going to run this up and blend all through here. And again on this side, same step, down, and then into this contour here. We're pushing up. And you're really just eyeing it. Like if you feel like you really just need to keep blending, then keep blending. So next for my nose, this is a little thick and I feel like I just start blending too much. So I'm gonna go in with something a little bit smaller. I'm sorry, I didn't name this brush. This is my Morphe G31. This is a great brush for foundation or contouring. And then this is my Morphe G41. This is great for blending in that contour in your nose. It's flat and it's thin, so it's great. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just blending all that brown right in. And then after, what I do is I go back through with my beauty blender and just kind of blend everything together, so there's no harsh line or anything like that. Now you don't have to do this step. This is just to give you that really beautiful defined nose. And for people that have more of a wider nose, this is great for you. Or people that have a crooked nose or whatever we were born with, this just kind of helps everything to blend nicely. So now that I am all blended, I do look a little darker through here, so I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and just blend that all in. That is my daughter. She is ready to get up, so I have to go get her. So there we go. So there's my contour, my foundation, and concealer. So now if you don't have a creamed concealer, what I use also is a pressed powder. This one is OFRA Bronzer, and I really like this one. I'm using an angled fluffy brush. This one is M104 Morphe. And what I do is I just take a little, now I'm not gonna do too much because I already have some on, so this is really to just define what I am, or what I already have. So what you would do is you would just take it on that angle, go underneath the cheekbone and just up a little. Sometimes I do like to bring it through my balls of the cheek, but again, not too much. So there we go. And the same thing on this side. Through here. So now that we're finished contouring, the last step that I do on my face is, I'm gonna go grab her. I'll be right back. Say hello. Hi, everybody. Mwah. Mwah. So next, I'm going in with my blush. I'm using Tarte Quirky. This is a little bit more peachy. And I go in with a fluffy brush. This one is my Morphe 105. I like this because the bigger you go, the less control you have. So I really like to stay in the balls of my cheek. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in a circular motion and tap. I'm just gonna go right in the balls of your cheek and up just a few times because you don't want pink all over your face. And then what I like to do in the summertime is I run my pink or my peach right over my nose and down the sides. Not too much, just enough to make your skin look like you were in the sun. So it's that nice sun-kissed look. So next I am going in with my translucent powder. I like Becca and I also like my Laura Mercier. So I'm going in with my Morphe 554 brush. It's flat and fluffy at the same time. And it just gives you that good control of your translucent powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pat under my eyes and just keeping it in the areas that you put your concealer. And what I do is I kind of just put it along all the places that I did my concealer. Now you can let this bake, you can blend it in. I'm gonna blend it in just so it's one less step I have to do after. So next I'm gonna do my highlighter. I'm using OFRA. This is by Nikki Tutorials. There's so many different highlighters. I just love the pigment in this one. And then as far as brushes go, most people are used to this because it gives you really a straight highlight, but I like this style of brush because I have more control in where I'm putting my highlight. So this is Morphe R36. And you can get these right at Ulta. They're affordable, they're great. I love Morphe brushes. I've bought very expensive brushes and I find that for the price of these, they do such a great job and they last, they don't fall apart. So what I do is I just go in a circular motion and tap And as you can see here, the pigment is amazing. And I'm just running it on the top of my cheekbone. We're not going in the middle because that just defeats the purpose of having a highlight. So the highlight are the areas, if you're looking forward at your face, that the light would hit. So that would be here. This really just makes your cheekbone look more defined. And then I run it all through the front of my forehead, down my nose, mainly at the tip of my nose. So you have a nice little glow there. Cupid's bow, and then chin. The reason why I do go over my lips as well is because it makes your lips look really full. Now, as you can see, I have a nice glow. My skin is all even and my cheekbones are very defined. So everything is really just flawless. Now, the last step that you would normally do is your finishing spray. I'm using the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. I also like MAC Prep and Prime. It's really good, but I am going to be doing my eyeshadow as well. So normally what you would do is you would just shake it and just spray in a circular motion. And it's really important to do this because it really just helps hold your makeup all together and it lasts for hours. So as you can see, this is the final look of my skin. And you can't see any freckles, you can't see under eye discoloration. My blemishes disappeared. So I will take pictures of me fully ready so you can see the whole finished look. Here my individual lashes on. I sell lash kits. If you follow me on my Instagram page, you will see that I have different kits. I do different lengths, short, medium, long, and then I also have refresher kits. So if you already purchased the starter kit, refresher kits are just to kind of keep you up in maintaining those lashes. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to put some mascara over them.